What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. I hope you are having a good day. And to make that day a little bit better, let's take a look at the Hot Wheels LBWK McLaren 720S. This one debuted this year in the Silhouettes Car Culture Premium set. So let's take a closer look at it and see if it is worth adding to your collections. Alright, as always, let's get started with the casting. So, from what I can tell here, proportions and everything seem like they're pretty good to me. I'll be the first to admit here right out of the gate, I do not like LBWK or Pandome or any of the body kit companies. Like, they're just really not for me. So, as far as realism, I'm going to say that from what I can tell, it looks good. Those of you who this is your kind of cup of tea, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments if this is actually trash, but from what I can tell, it looks good. So, break the casting down here. We have everything you're going to see in this painted teal, as well as this hood section and all that, is mostly going to be die-cast metal. The whole entire roof section and windows are going to be plastic, obviously. But then, yeah, all these sections right here with the kind of thicker plastic or the texturized plastic, those are still plastic. Like, you are still pretty much able to see through that. We do get a metal base since this one is premium, and it does extend into these kind of diffuser bits, I guess you would say. More decorative than anything, I would say. And then it also extends here into this splitter and like the dive planes and whatnot into this section here. Overall, I would say the casting looks pretty solid. You've got body lines pretty much everywhere that I am assuming are accurate to the LBWK kit, at least the one that this is trying to replicate. We do have a couple areas of plastic. Like I said, the hood is, not the hood, the roof is plastic, and then this rear wing right here is also plastic. I'm assuming that is integrated into the interior somehow. Yeah, I would think it's pretty good, but I'm not an expert on this kit. So paint and deco, we've got this like really nice metallic aqua color, like greenish teal. Not really sure what color to call it. As far as I can tell, it is like replicating a car that you can get, a car that's been done in the LBWK kit like this. I did see pictures online while kind of trying to do some research for this. But yeah, looks good in my opinion. And then they also gave us some carbon on the hood here. It doesn't look amazing, but, you know, it's Hot Wheels, and their carbon never really does look fantastic. But, you know, they got to keep it at a budget price, I suppose. Moving into the details. So, up front here, we do get a LBWK decal over the hood. Then you get a McLaren logo down there. It's very tough to see. It blends in real nice with that carbon. We do get our headlights, We do get those as good as they can really be, because this car's got very odd and thin-shaped headlights. So they did the best that they could there for sure. Coming down the sides, you get a literal LBWK logo thingy there. Then you get this kind of 6-spoke wheel, which I think does look good, and it's got like kind of the deep dish effect going on back here, which personally I think looks really ugly, but I think it fits the vibe for this car. If you're going to do a deep dish wheel, like, what better car to do it on? Into the rear section here, it's going to be tough for you to see, but there are actual taillights that have been printed on there, and they look pretty solid. I would essentially call this a full rear deco, even though it is small and hard to see. Interior has got some good details going on. You can kind of see it poking through the windshield there. Yeah, detailing pretty solid for what they could really do given the casting's shape and the nature of the car in general. Moving into the roll test, this being a Hot Wheels, it's obviously going to roll, and it rolls very, very smoothly. Putting it on the scale, it comes out to be 55.41 grams, so it is very, very heavy, has some serious heft to it, feels good in your hands. Pros and cons, starting with our pros, the biggest pro is probably going to be that this is the cheapest way to get a LBWK 720S into your collection. Even at the higher prices of like $8, there's not really a cheaper option. I think Mini GT is probably your next cheapest bet at like, what, 13-ish bucks. So your other big pro is going to be the casting itself is pretty good. Like, all the detail in the actual like metal casting section, I think looks solid and looks very nice, very fresh. For the cons, I don't really have any cons personally. But again, like I said before, I'm by no means an expert on this casting or this car in real life. Like I said, love the McLaren 720S, even though it's probably my least favorite McLaren. But when you put a Liberty Walk kit or any kind of a kit on these cars, I lose all interest. So if you think there's a con with this casting bike, for sure, just let me know in the comments below, and I would love to hear it. For some quick size comparisons, here we have it with some other Mattel McLaren 720s, with the standard McLaren 720S from Hot Wheels over there on your left, and the McLaren 720S Spider convertible over here on your right. And here we have it with some premium McLarens that you might have, with the McLaren 765 LT from CM model over there on the left, and the McLaren 720S GT3 from Sparky. Alrighty, let's find some overall scores. Hype level, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. The community as a whole, very excited for it. They're probably like in the 9.8, 9.9 regions. Me, I was like almost not excited for it at all. The only reason I actually have it is because I ordered a full set of the silhouettes this year, and it just happened to come along with those. So, 9 out of 10 is a good compromise, I feel. Execution, I'm going to give it a 9.9 because, like I said, I don't really see anything wrong with it. Nothing. But again, I'm not an expert, so I'm going to kind of give it that 0.1 in case you guys know something I don't. Feedback. I didn't really see any complaints about this one. I'm going to give it a 9.75. For the most part, the people who were excited for this one seem to have be very happy with what they got. When we take these three scores and average them out, we are left with a 9.55 as our overall score. And I think that's pretty good. Like I've mentioned before, I am not a fan of this body kit kind of craze that's been growing and growing over the past few years. But I understand how other people could really get into this. So I really hope that they have enjoyed this one quite a bit, because to me, it looks good. I think it looks like what it's trying to represent. So I'm hoping that you guys are thinking the same thing. I think that the tealish green aqua colored paint looks really, really good, especially for the first edition of the car. I think the all black one was the chase, but you know, that one would be cool too. If you've got any gripes with this casting, make sure to let them be heard down in the comments below. I'm curious to see what the Liberty Walk community thinks of this one. But from what I can tell, I would definitely recommend this one if you're a fan of this kind of car and this kind of body kit. And that's a wrap on this one, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new, leave a comment telling me what your thoughts are, all that typical stuff. Then go check out one of my other videos. I have plenty of them for you to look at, so go check them out, and I will see you in the next one.